Okay, so Duke University released some data recently, last couple of days, showing a number of increasing cases of COVID-19 among its student population and employee population. And the numbers are kind of interesting to me. And what we see with Duke University, like many universities where they are pressuring for vaccines, 98% of the student population is fully vaccinated. 92% of the staff is fully vaccinated, and the majority of the people on there are going to be students, of course. And they have recently started testing, and they're testing both the vaccinated and the unvaccinated, which is interesting. The vaccinated are tested twice weekly. The unvaccinated are tested once weekly. And so with the recent numbers, we see that they say that 364 people out of roughly 15,000 people that were tested have tested positive for a positivity rate of about 1.6%. Okay. When we look at the numbers of unvaccinated versus vaccinated, we see that the percentage of people that are testing positive in the unvaccinated cohort is 8 out of 364 tests, so 2.2%. When we see that the number of people that are unvaccinated is roughly about the same, 2.2%. Students are 98%, faculty 92%. If you take those numbers based on the side, a little over 2%. So of the people that are unvaccinated, the positivity rate's about 2%. The people that are vaccinated, the positivity rate is 2%. It makes you wonder about the efficacy of the vaccines. And I would assume some of these students have been vaccinated relatively recently. So it may not be the waning that we were seeing from people that were vaccinated back in January, February timeframe. So again, this is, this mandate of a vaccine, in my view, of something that was developed almost 2 years ago for a strain that maybe doesn't even exist in any significant, significance at this point is kind of interesting. It's like, you could say, well, maybe I should take the flu shot from 3 years ago. It doesn't even make sense at the very outset, just from that, for those people that are pro-vaccine. And again, I certainly don't disparage anybody the right to be in favor of vaccinations. But at this point, we have to sit there and say, wait a minute, what does this data show us? You've got no difference in the number of case positivity. Now, here's the other thing. Again, almost everybody, both vaccinated and unvaccinated, was asymptomatic. A few people had the sniffles. Nobody required to be hospitalized. Again, what is the utility of testing asymptomatic people? I don't know. I don't know what the, other than community surveillance, but what it is showing. And, where some place, and this is an interesting thing because there are many places where they'll go to work and say, well, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to be tested anymore, but just those unvaccinated people have to be tested. Well, Duke University is showing that the vaccinated people are testing, at least in this cohort, according to this little data grab, at the exact same rates as the unvaccinated. So again, when we're looking at protecting the population, and again, this has nothing to do with one individual's case severity. It has to do with, am I getting vaccinated to save the population? And if so, I have the same case positivity rate and presumably the same transmissibility rate. So what are we accomplishing here? Anyway, more data, let's see how this is either ignored or twisted or whatever. I think the numbers are pretty compelling. All right, take care, guys.